Hello and welcome back. So today we are going to start with the integration. As we have already studied the differentiation, limit and continuity, differentiation, then application of derivatives, and then after that there is another chapter under the calculus. In the beginning only I would have told you, and inside the calculus there are 5 chapters, that is limits, differentiation, integration of application of derivatives, then integration and application of integration, and also there will be a that is differential equation also sometime we consider inside the calculus. Okay, so today we are going to start with the integration. So I assume that all of you would have studied the differentiation, application of derivative and limits properly, and you would have understood how to do the derivatives or how to find the differentiation of any given functions, right? So with that, let's start with the integration. As the integration is basically what happens, it's exactly opposite of the differentiation. What I mean by that is, first of all, the notation of integration is something like this, right? This is the notation of integration. Remember, differentiation, how do we notate? That is dy by dx or dt by dx or something like that, right? Similarly, integration notation will be this with function. Let's take x dx. What do you mean by this? I am integrating x with respect to x, right? So I can write this y equal to integration of x dx, right? So this is how we can do the integration notation. Now, as I was telling you, the integration is exactly opposite to the differentiation. What does it mean is, what I'll do is, just to have a clear picture what exactly the integration is, I will write the differentiation formula on this side and the integration formula on the other side, so that you will understand what exactly is happening. So let me just write the differentiation formula and then integration formula. Right, so differentiation formula, if they have given y equal to sine x, what are you going to do? You are going to write cos x, right? Similarly, if you have y equal to sine x dx, integrate sine x dx, it is going to be minus cos x. Right, so here plus cos x, there minus cos x. Now here one more small thing I would like to introduce. Whenever we do the integration, we will add one c. C is nothing but the constant function, and this is just whatever integration we do, we are going to add one constant function in the integration result. At the end, every integration result, we are going to add one small constant function. This is to just have, when we do the integration, basically there will be things which will be left out. So in that condition, that left out part, that we will consider as a constant. But as in our standard, we are not going to use much in details about the constant, but we will just add it to one constant there. Similarly, if I talk about cos x, what is the integration of cos x? Minus sin x. Similarly, if y equal to cos x dx, if I have, I can write only sin x plus c. Similarly, e power x is also e power x only, and here e power x dx integration is e power x only, right? Now here, if you take log x, you will get 1 by x. Here, if you take 1 by x dx, you will get log x plus c. So as you can see, the formulas are exactly opposite of the differentiation, right? So basically integration is nothing but it's an integral part of any graph. Like for example, let's assume that if I have one curve, something like this, right? And now I want to know how much area this curve is taken from this point to this point. So what I'm going to do is, I'll have an equation for this particular curve, that is basically a parabola. So I'm going to take this equation and integrate between these part and to find out what is the area of that. So basically the application of this we will be seeing in the next chapter, and we will be talking more about the application, and you will be understanding where exactly the integration is will be used or something like that. So basically whenever we have a part or whenever we have a shape which cannot be obtained by the formula, in that type we will be using the integration. So this is the major example or major application of integration what we have, right? So let's talk about the next formula. Next formula here, if you have x to the power n, what is the formula? N into x to the power n minus 1, right? You would have studied x square can be written as 2x and all these things. Similarly, if I have x to the power n dx, which is nothing but x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So all these formulas are very, very important. So whatever formula we have studied in the differentiation, the similar formulas are also there in the integral, but exactly opposite. I'm not going to write the entire formula whatever we have studied. Already the formulas are there in the textbook with the table. So make sure that you have that particular table written in your notebook and you go through that particular table. In case if you have any doubt, you can let me know and then we can clarify this. By then we will start talking directly about the problem, how to solve and what are the different rules we have, right? Okay, next, what are the different rules we have basically? So unless like a differentiation, if you see there we had a three major rule. What was the rule? Product rule, quotient rule and the chain rule. But here in integration we do not have any kind of rule, which means whatever the function is given, we have to simplify in a simple manner or in a single function so that we will be able to integrate. That is the first thing you have to remember. So remember, there are no rules over here, right? So given function we have to first simplify. First let's see one or two basic simple example. How do we do the integration? Assume that they have given one small example. I'm taking x to the power 4 and you have to integrate this. So what are we going to do? Which formula we are going to apply? We are going to apply this particular formula. And what it is? In place of n it is 4. So can I write this integration dx? Right, normal notation, that is nothing but x to the power 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 plus c. That will become x to the power 5. You can write here 1 by 5 plus c. Right, so this is the normal integration problem what I have taken, and then we can talk about it. Similarly, let me just do one more. If I have, let's take here x square plus e power x plus sine x, and they ask you to integrate this, one more problem. So what are we going to do? First we are going to take each function separate, which means integration x square dx plus integration e power x dx plus integration sin x dx, right? So this is how we can do the separation of the function, and then at last we can find out the integration. Now integration you can easily find, that is x square can be n plus 1, so that will become x cube by 3 plus e power x will be as it is plus sin x will be minus cos x. So this plus will become minus and cos x plus c. At last 1c you will be adding. So the basic part is, what I'm trying to explain over here is that we do not have any chain rule, product rule or a quotient rule, which means whatever the integration we will do or whatever the problem is given to us, first we have to simplify and bring down to the single function where you can do the integration. Let me just give you one simple example. Let me write over here, if I have x square plus 5x by x dx. Okay, let me just write the complete question. Now, if this would have been the differentiation, you could have applied the quotient rule and you could have done, right? But since here there is no quotient rule, what are we going to do is, we are going to bring down, first we have to simplify this and bring down to the normal problem. Now, one small thing, let me just write over here one formula, that integration of any constant function is not 0, it is x. integration of constant function is, differentiation of constant function is, differentiation of any constant function is 0, right? Unless like integration of constant function is x. So let's solve this. How do we solve this? So you would have studied in your lower standard that a plus b by c, if it is there, I can write a by c plus b by c. Can I do that? Similarly, here if you can see, can I write x square by x plus 5x by x dx and all integration? Right, now if you can see this, I can cancel this. One more dx, let me add over here. Now if you see this problem has become x dx plus 5 is constant, I will take, and dx. Right, I hope you are able to understand. What I have done is I have just divided x with each term separate so that I will have the proper single terms to do the integration. Now in that condition, what can I do? Integration of x will become, if nothing is there, we'll consider power 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So it will become basically x square by 2 plus 5 will be as it is. Here nothing is there, we'll assume that 1 or a constant. So integration of constant is x. So we will assume that 5x plus c. So this is how we can do the normal integration problem. We will move on to the exercise and then we will see what are the different type of problems we have, how do we solve all this problem. Remember, again I am telling you, I am not going to solve the entire exercise. I will pick a few problem or the variations of problems I will solve. I would like all the student to solve the exercise and let me know, because it's for you to practice. Right, so first pause the video to note it down and then we will move further. Okay, so here as you see on the board, I have taken the few problem. It is a random problem from the example as well as the exercise, just to have a few introductory problems to explain you what exactly the integration is or how does it works. So first problem you can see, it is cos 2x. Now while writing the formula, I have written the cos x formula is basically, what is that cos x formula? That is sin x, not minus sin x. But cos 2x formula we don't have. So whenever this kind of situation comes, what are we going to do is, we are going to do this normal thing like how we used to do in the differentiation. So what is a normal? So basically this is integration of this. So normal cos x integration will be minus sin 2x. Right. So whenever we do the integration, basically for example, if I have to do cos x integration is nothing but sin x. And then differentiation of x also we do. Since the differentiation of x is 1, we do not write any divided by 1 over here. But here if you do the differentiation of 2x, it will become 2. In that condition, it will be 2 plus c. Remember, whatever the formula is defined, that formula you keep it as it is and you do it. If anything extra is coming over here, that time you will differentiate that and you will write in the denominator. This is what one simple thing you have to add. For example, instead of cos x, if they have given sin 3x, so what are we going to do? We sin x is nothing but minus cos 3x divided by, what is the differentiation of 3x? That is 3. So we are going to write over here. Right, so this is how we can solve these things. Next, if you see this particular thing, what are we going to do? First we are going to add here integration sign. Separate we can add. Can we do that? Since 3 is a constant, so I can directly take out. So x square will be 2 plus 1 by, this is the formula, right? X to the power n. So here in place of n, what is there? 2. So 2 plus 1 will become 3. So it is nothing but x cube by 3 cancel plus. Similarly 4, x to the power 4 by 4 plus c. So finally what is happening? 4 is getting cancelled. X cube plus x to the power 4 plus c. Right, so this is how you can solve the basic normal problems. This one again normal, same thing, integration dx. Here also integration dx you can add. So here what will happen? This plus 1 will come. So x to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 by 3 plus 1 plus 1 integration is nothing but x. So if you take 2 by 3 plus 1 LCM is how much? 5 by 3. Here also 5 by 3. 5 will go up. 5 by 3 x to the power 5. 5 by 3. So 3 by 5 this will become, plus x plus c. Right, so this is the normal integration that we can do over here. This part is again the same thing. You can put the integration for each and everything and then you can start solving it. What is the integration of log 1 by x? Will become log x. So directly let me write over here. This is 3 by 2. So x to the power 3 by 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 3. Again it will become 5 by 2 by 5 by 2. So 2 will go out. So 2 by 5 plus 2 e power x minus log x plus c. Right, so normal basic integration we can do like this. Sin x cos x, we already know. Sin x integration will become minus cos x plus cos x integration will become sin x. This part is again the same thing. I hope you remember while solving the problem differentiation, we wrote that cosecant x differentiation, cot x differentiation is nothing but minus cosecant x square. Similarly here also. Now in this problem, first let me multiply this. As I told you, if it is not happening like how we can do this particular thing, first we have to solve this. So when you multiply this, cosecant into cosecant will become cosecant square x plus cosecant into cot will become cosecant x into cot x. Now you put the integration. This part cosecant x square will give you minus cot x plus cosecant into cot will give you cosecant x plus c. Just check this whether it is minus or plus, and you can write like that. So this one, if you know the formula properly, all the integration can be done very easily. There is nothing much to worry about in this as of now. Slowly, once the complication level will increase, that time a little problem you will have. Then usually the student will have a fear to solve the integration, but don't worry, we will try to solve as simple as possible. I'll try to make it as simple as possible for you people, right? So pause the video to note it down. Okay, so before moving to the next exercise, basically let's do few more problem. On this problem basically I have taken from the exercise. I feel maybe you people will feel a little complicated or difficult about this, so I thought let me just solve over here. So first problem, if you see, they have given root x minus 1 by 2 root x whole square. Now this whole square, what are we going to do? If it is differentiation, definitely chain rule you will apply, you will do it. But since here there is no chain rule, I told you we have to simplify. So what are we going to do? First thing, we are going to open the bracket. So how do we open? Normal a minus b whole square formula, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Similarly here, root x the whole square minus 2 into a into b plus 1 by root x the whole square. Correct? Square and root get cancelled, root x cancel, here also square get cancelled. Now after that normal differentiation you can do. X differentiation, basically this is something like this. Minus 2 come here, 1 dx plus 1 by x dx. Now can we do the differentiation? Yes. X differentiation will become x square by 2 minus 2 constant differentiation is x plus 1 by x differentiation is log x plus c. Correct? Next, see this problem. We will go from this side. This problem is again the same thing. We are going to multiply root x inside. So if you multiply root x inside, what will happen is root x, I will remove the root, and can I write the power 1 by 2 just to have a simple conversation, right? Now we might know the rule. If the base 1 by 2 and x square is coming, base is same, what will happen? Power can be added. So if you add this power, 2 2 is 4 plus 1, 5 by 2. Correct? So in that condition, what will happen? Here, if you multiply this, 3 x to the power 5 by 2 plus, if you multiply this, x into x to the power 1 by 2. So nothing is there, power 1. So x to the power 1 plus 1 by 2. So it is nothing but 3 by 2. So here x to the power 3 by 2 into 2 plus 3 x to the power 1 by 2. Now normal integration, I hope by now all of you would have understood how do we do the normal integration. 5 by 2 plus 1, that will become 7 by 2 by 7 by 2, and then you cancel it. Try to find out and tell me what is the answer for this. Right, next we will move on to this particular problem. Now if you see this problem, again this is in the fraction, we have to solve this, that is obvious, but how do we solve this? So we have to think a little bit, how do we remove this denominator? That is our main goal. So what I'll do is, after saying all these things, I got an idea. If I take only x square common from here, what will happen? X will remain minus 1 plus. If I take 1 common over here, x minus 1, can I write? You remember that we used to do in the class 10th, take a common and then whatever is remaining, write that. Similar kind of thing. So here, these both are equal, which means I can write once, and the remaining part is x square plus 1 divided by x minus 1. Can I cancel this? So what is remaining? Integration of x square dx plus 1 dx. Now can you do at least x cube by 3 plus x plus c? Yeah. So here what will happen? X cube by 3 plus x plus c. Okay. As of now, clear? Okay. Now let's move on to the trigonometric function. I think this is the next problem. Okay. So I have seen many of the students, as the trigonometry function come, they start getting scared, or they feel complicated or something like that. So you don't have to worry about it. I will suggest you a few things. You do that and then you come back and do this particular thing. What is that? The basic formula, that is tan equal to sine by cos, cos equal to 1 by sine, and all these things, ratio things. Then sine square plus cos square equal to 1. Then sine 2x formula, cos 2x formula, tan 2x formula. All these things, whatever you studied in your 10th standard as well as your 11th standard, make sure that you remember that. If you remember that, everything else will become easier. Let me just show you how to solve this particular thing. Here, secant square by cosecant square, I can't do anything. Frankly talking, we can't do anything. So how do we solve this? We try to convert into the other ratio. So what are the different ratios we have? Sine, cos, tan, secant, cosecant and cot. So what is the opposite of secant? Cos. What is the opposite of cos, cosecant? Sine. So can we convert that? So let's try to convert this. So secant will become 1 by cos. So basically this will become something like 1 by cos square x, and cosecant 1 by sine, so sine will go on top. So can I directly write sine square x dx? Now sine square by cos square will become tan square x dx. Now you can tell, sir, can we do the integration of tan square? We can't do. The reason is we have integration for tan x, not the tan square x. Now few people will tell, sir, there also we didn't have an integration of sine 2x, but we did, and we write the differentiation on the bottom. Here also can we do that? No, we cannot do this also, because there it was a multiplication of angle. Remember, whenever there is a trigonometric function comes, sine square x is different, sine 2x is different, sine x square is different. So anything, if it is multiplied with angle, that can be written over here. Now if I have to integrate this function, it can be simply cos square x by 2x, because it is there in the angle, but this is not in the angle, this is with the trigonometric function. In that condition you cannot do that. Only if you have power or anything extra with angle, then you can do that, right? So here we can't do that. Now what to do? In your 10th or the previous classes you would have studied that it called as secant square x minus tan square x equal to 1. Correct? Which means if I take tan square other side, so can I write tan square x? Right? So I'll apply that. I will tell you why exactly it is. So secant square x minus 1 integration, let me write dx here, minus dx over here. What is the secant square integration? Secant square integration is tan x. See the formula, minus 1 integration is x plus c. So this is how you will solve in the trigonometric function. When they have given a little bit of adjustment you have to do. After that you can get the answer easily. Now this question, I will leave it on you. Try doing it. Purposely I have written this. In case if you are not getting it, please let me know in the comment. I will put the solution for this. right? If at all you get, fair enough. If you don't get, please let us know. We will put the solution for this, right? So with this, we will, before that, like pause the video, note it down, then we will move on to the further exercise.